Alright, so this video is about counting, alright? Counting. So we're going to talk about counting and adding. Alright, we're going to talk about counting and adding. So here we go. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 1, 2. We are going to go with 2 plus 1 equals 3. 1, 2, 3. But there's another way to look at 2 plus 1. And so what I want to introduce to you is something called the number line. This is called a number line. And with the number line, we're going to start at 0. So you got 0, 1, 2, 3, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, and then it can go on forever. So if you want to solve the problem about what 2 plus 1 is equal to, you're going to start at 2. Where do you start? You start at 2. And then you're going to count one space. This is a space right here. So you're going to count one space. So one space over. One space over from 2 gets us to 3. So that's the answer. 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. All right, let's try that again with some more numbers. This is called a number line again. You got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you want to find out what is 1 plus 2. So what is 1 plus 2? What you're starting at is 1 plus 2 spaces. 1 plus 2 spaces. So you start at 1 right here. You start at 1 right here and you go 1 space. 2 spaces and you are at 3. So 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. Again, let's do it one more time. Let's do it one more time. We want to add using a number line. This is called a number line. Start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it goes on forever. So if I want to do 1 plus 2, I want to start where I see 1. So I start right here, and then I go 2 spaces. So I go 1 space, and I go 1 more space. So it's 1, 2 spaces. And so I land on a 3. I land on the 3. So 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. All right? So here it is. We can do all the number lines. Let's do a longer number line. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I want to add 5 plus 4. So 5 plus 4. So I start at 5. I start at 5 and I go 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. And I get to 9. So 5 plus 4 is equal to 9. 5 plus 4 is equal to 9. Because you start at 5 and you go 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, and you end up at 9. All right. Okay. So let's continue. We can do some more big problems with adding. More big problems with adding, okay? So let's suppose I can start my number line anywhere. I can start at a 9. What comes after 9? 10. What comes after 10? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So if I want to ask what is 9 plus 7. So I start at 9 and I count 7 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I end up at 16. So 9 plus 7 equals 16. Again, we can start anywhere we want. So I can start my number line if I want at 13. But if I go at 13, then the next number after 13 is 14. Then after 14, the next number is 15. Then 16, then 17, then 18, then 19, then 20. So I can ask myself here, what can I add to 13 to get me over to 20? So 13 plus 7, you're going to go 13, you're going to add 1, so it's 1. You're going to go 2, you're going to go 3, you're going to go 4, 5, 6, 7. So 13 plus 7 is equal to 20. All right. We can also use the number line to do subtraction. I'm going to use the number line to do subtraction. So I'm going to have my number line. I'm going to start it at 0 this time. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I want to do 7 minus 5. So when you do 7 minus 5, when you do subtraction, you got to go back. So subtraction is backwards. Subtraction is backwards. You go back. Backwards. So for subtraction, I start at 7 and I'm going to go 5 spaces backwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I landed on 2. So 7 minus 5 is 2. But we can start anywhere in our number line again. I can start my number line at 6. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I want to do 10 minus 3. So do 10 minus 3. So I start at 10 and I'm going to go back 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3, and that gets me to 7. So 10 minus 3 is 7. Got it? All right. So we're going to do some practice. Your turn. We're going to do addition first. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's use a number line to do, this is going to be 6 after 5. All right. So let's do the number line. Use the number line to do 1 plus 5. 1 plus 5 equals, what does that give us? So you're going to start at 1 and you're going to count 5 spaces, right? You're going to count 5 spaces over. Where would you end up? What is 1 plus 5? All right, and here's another problem. Okay, so I can start at 11. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I want to do 17 minus 5. That means I start at 17 and I go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I ended up at 12. So 17 minus 5 is going to be equal to 12. All right, so now your turn. Your turn. So let's start at 10. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So what is 15 minus 4? So yes, you use your number line to calculate 15 minus 4. All right, enjoy.